Here with head coach Tom Griffin, I'm Michael Watchering, and it's this week in Carson-Newman baseball. And coach, you get set for GRU Augusta State, and what are you looking for from your guys this weekend?
Well, that's the thing about opening day. We have no idea what to expect, except for what we've seen with practice and our scrimmages. And honestly, we feel very prepared, despite the weather that everyone's had to deal with. We certainly have had a great opportunity being outside every day. And so we do feel prepared. Our pitchers' pitch count is where it needs to be. We certainly feel like we've gotten enough reps to be ready for opening day.
How do you handle things with conference play already 1 week away and trying to get everybody set this weekend?
Well, the key is your starters, obviously. You know who those are. It's getting your relievers ready because they're probably going to have to be used a lot earlier than you'd want to. I would think in a 9-inning game, I don't know how many guys are going to have their starter go 9, so that bullpen's probably going to be used probably a little bit earlier the first week or two. But everyone's dealing with the same thing in our conference. It is what it is, and the main thing is you got to get your lineup figured out. You'd like to have it figured out for opening weekend of your conference, but it may not be sometimes 2-3 weeks later that you know who your lineup is 1 through 9.
Carson-Newman has opened the season 15-20 years straight against this team. This is the final year. What is it about this trip that's nice to kind of start the season with?
Well, Coach Rundles and Skip Fight, the previous coach at Augusta, had done this 20-something years ago. It's been since I've been here and beyond, and it's always been a nice trip. The weather is usually pretty good, and the competition's been good. It's a Peach Belt team, one of the best baseball conferences in Division II. Facility's always been good, and so it's just something we kept doing through Coach Fight and Coach Cooper, and now with our new coach here from University of Georgia, and he's been gracious enough to allow us to keep it going. Unfortunately, we start conference play next year, week 1, so we're going to lose this series possibly, but we hope maybe later on that we can pick it up again.
What's the emotion like with the team knowing last year you were 1 game away from the NCAA tournament and trying to get close this season and get a new start under your belt?
Well, it's nice to finish that way, no question, Michael. I think that helped the optimism and enthusiasm for our guys. But you know how kids are, they can forget things very quickly, and I think really so much time has passed from that point that when we started back in the fall, it was a new team, new dynamics, chemistry, everything changes because you add some new guys, some guys mature. So the team chemistry and the team dynamics is definitely different. We really don't talk much about last year. We really, kind of talk about the next pitch and all we can control is right now. We want to avoid the past. We want to learn from it like all coaches do, but we're really looking at right now. We're not looking down the line. We're worried about the first pitch, and after that first pitch, we'll be worried about the second pitch.
A lot of discussion has been about the offense, certainly a lot of guys that you can rely on there. What are you looking at in terms of the pitching staff, and what are your expectations there here early in the season? Well,
we have 3 guys that we feel are weekend starters, and 2 of them had filled that role for us last year, and we have another young man who's come in, a left-hander, Vince Apicelli, who's done a very good job for us and gives us a lefty starter that we haven't had in quite a while. Clayton Eames has been a guy who started for us last year who could also fill that role, but could be a midweek starter as well and has been very effective. So we feel like we have 4 or 5 starters that have been effective and have pitched in that role before. And then our bullpen is a mix of guys who are returning and some transfers that gives us some great experience. And I think obviously pitching and defense is going to be the key, and we do feel like our pitchers, it's a strength for us. We really do, based on that experience and the amount of innings that they've thrown for us.
Best of luck this weekend, Coach.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it.
For head coach Tom Griffin, I'm Michael Watchering. This was CNEagles.com.